Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to day 13, session 2 of the IEEE Region 8 Student and Young Professional Virtual Congress 2020. We made it to the end, yay! So today is the last day. We have 6 hours worth of talks lined up. And just before we start off with Jenifer Castillo, we are going to have a short presentation about some of the statistics that we've brought together over the last week, just about the numbers and things that have been attending. Barbara?
Hello, everyone. My name is Barbara Vujko, and welcome to the last day of virtual SYP. I must admit, Gerard, you are looking great, really, and I want to take this opportunity to congratulation successfully organized event. These 2 weeks have been a wonderful experience for me. And Gerard and I made this short presentation just to show you this amazing statistic of the Congress. So enjoy it.
And now I have a slight confession to make. It's not actually a presentation, but we have some people here who want to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh.
Ines?
Oh.
So, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh. Oh, thank you, everyone. Oh, you guys are crazy. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Simi. Also, oh, Gerard, you. I don't know what to say.
Barbara, I will send you the link, the Zoom link, and you can join that now, and then we can move over to the main attraction.
Okay, thank you, everyone, and yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'll send me the link, and Jenifer, good luck with your presentation, and thank you again, everyone. Thank you. Oh, Ines, Ines is so sweet. Okay, thank you. And please send me the link and continue with presentation.
Hi, Jenifer, thank you so much for being such good fun and allowing us to do that. So I think we're ready for your presentation now.
Thank you.
Have you, yeah, I see your screen is set up and ready to go. Perfect. And I'll just hide myself down at the bottom, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. So before I start, I just wanted to say, Barbara, wherever you're doing that deserves that people do that for you, you keep doing it, because that was beautiful. So happy birthday again. And with that, well, I was invited to do this presentation. I was supposed to talk about women in engineering, maybe, or something similar. And last year, I was invited to the YPWIE meeting in Region 9. And I gave this presentation, and it was very well received. And I thought maybe I could share something similar today. This is pretty much to talk about a lot about myself, which is not something I feel very comfortable with. But I think that if we do not spread our experiences and share with people, we do not grow as a society. So here I am chipping in my little bit of experience with you all. So this is about the balancing professional, personal, and volunteering life. I know that many people here are also IEEE volunteer or volunteer in many other organizations. So it's kind of how you juggle that. First and foremost, I am Jenifer. I am Pachito's wife. I am the aunt of Jacobo, Emilio, Esteban, Angeles, and I have another nephew that is Emilio. I am the daughter of Elizabeth and Raul, and I am by far the favorite sister of Camilo and Hadra, and that's true. I am also an IEEE Women in Engineering Committee member at large. I am currently the IEEE Region 9 Secretary, and I am the IEEE Puerto Rico and Caribbean Section Past Chair. And in my job, I am the Territory Manager of the Caribbean of Parker Hannifin Corporation. Here is my contact, just for you to have it. So I would like to start this presentation by asking you, when was the last time that you evaluated your personal priorities? And you can use the chat. Maybe I can just take a look at that later. But why is it so important to establish priorities? And everybody talks about priorities a lot. Myself, I mean, I know many people think they are. I don't consider myself a multitasking person. I do have the how can I say, the skill to type and maybe talk to you. But when you are actually focused on something, on a plan, on a goal, I am not that person. I do not multitask. I like to focus, and I like to be able to give my energy in some task in a block of time, in full focus. Okay, so that's why for me it's so important to evaluate which are my priorities. That is what is going to give me the path, the right north. So starting with that, the next question is, have you ever established them, your priorities? Sometimes we go through life and we know we care about the family, we know we care about the job, but which are actually our priorities? What will you drop if you need to do specific actions first? So I like this meme because at some point in my life, I felt just like that, trying to drink water, exercise, and do everything while keeping myself productive, healthy, be successful at work, and share some time with my family. So my main point is we need to focus. When you focus, is you do things faster, you do things in a better quality. Reworks are one of the worst enemies of time management. So I had a manager some time ago that said that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So when you know where to go, you're gonna get there faster. So that's pretty much what I try to do. For that, it is important to plan. And to plan, it's important to have your objectives and priorities clear, or at least fairly clear. After you plan, it is important to measure risks. So if you make these decisions, what are you compromising? What are you have to quit? For example, if I want to get promoted in my company, maybe I have to move from Puerto Rico. Am I ready for that? And evaluate. That's what measuring risk referred to here. Then you have to find the right tools. Let's say I would like to, again, be promoted in my company. Do I need a master's? Which kind of master? And at this point, when I was trying to evaluate which were my right tools, my knowledge, what do I have to strengthen, was when I decided to do the MBA. Then comes one of the most difficult for me, and it is to ask for help. I always make this joke. I think it has a partial truth in it, as every joke. And it is that engineers, we have an ego of this size. So we really think we can make things better, and we maybe can, but not everything. And sometimes we have to learn how to ask for help. That's something I keep working, and that's, I mean, this is not something you do overnight. You have to be able to have this balance. This is a working process, correct? So ask for help. Again, get prepared. If you are going to run a marathon, you just don't wake up in the morning and go. You have to train. You have to get prepared, season everything to be able to perform. The next is overcome the fear. This is a sentence that I use a lot in Spanish. That in Spanish is, si te da miedo, hazlo con miedo. When you are afraid, well, do it afraid. Because fear is pretty much, or perhaps, one of the toughest obstacles for people to overcome, okay? And finally, do it. For many years, I was afraid of heights, for example. And in my husband's 40th birthday, I knew he wanted to jump off a plane. And I didn't know if I would be able to do it or dare to do it. But you know what? Sometimes you have to take that step and overcome your fears. This was a tremendous experience. And what I've learned from that is, yes, you cannot miss things in life just because you are afraid. So talking about focus, which are your goals for 2020, or were your goals for 2020? And yes, even with the pandemic, many of us have goals at the beginning of the years. Many of us had trips, had meetings, had a lot of things we wanted to do in 2020. And maybe we felt that with the pandemic, everything is stopped and everything seems a little harder, correct? But yet, which are your goals? How are you adapting to the situations to make sure you accomplish your goals? Or which goals are you postponing? Because that's okay too. So just ask yourself these kind of things. My goal is to be happy. And although this sounds cheesy, it is actually my goal to feel happy in my life. And feel happy is not feeling happy every time, every moment, and every hour of the day. But if you see yourself being unhappy with your life very often, with your job very often, make decisions. Because it is true that we all have to pay our dues to grow. But our dues should not be paid with our happiness, with our joy, should not be paid with our life. We should be living a good life. So with that in mind, I make sure that I understand what makes me happy. And of course, in my 20s, I was like, I want to know the world and I want to travel. And I like to travel, but I like to travel like, I do not complain about traveling because of my work that I do a lot. But I like to travel to walk around, to try food, to meet people, see new cultures. I love architecture. So that's the kind of travel I enjoy the most. And then my second priority at that point, and what made me happy, was the professional development. I do want to be a successful professional, and that was my focus for many years. And until I thought that was enough. I thought I was going to be the cool aunt that goes around the world and takes care of their nephews and nieces, and that's it. And then I met Pachito, that is my husband, and I understood that there is a balance also in the personal life, and it's good as well. And you should find a way to do that, to have that professional development, but also to invest in yourself, in your personal development, in your home. And with this comes a lot of things. We have to grow as a person, for your people, for your beloved ones, but also for your coworkers and your job. And it is going to help you to grow as a professional. I cannot say I'm the same one that I was in my 20s. And I feel I'm growing, and I think I need to grow much more. But yeah, nobody likes to work with difficult people. So we do need to see how can we improve as persons every day, every year, every week. Then my home. I love my home. I am one of those that is traveling, as I was telling you. I love traveling, but then I am one of those that after 2 weeks, I want to go home. I enjoy being here. I'm not a very good cooker, but I'm trying, and I think I'm getting better. And I like to fix something for my family, and I like to be sharing with them. So That's important for me too. Then comes the study. I am one of those that got my dad and my mom's word. Whatever you study stays here. Nobody steals that from you. So I try to keep studying and learning new things. For example, in my personal experience, I know I love recognition. I am one of those that enjoys the pat in the back, and that's okay too. I learned that that's okay as long as you remain humble, as long as you remain grateful. That's okay as well. And I love my hobbies. I am a mechatronics engineer, as I was introduced, and what happened when you are studying these kind of things, and I was hyperactive as a kid. I still am a little bit, and my hobbies always maintain me very equilibrated, very balanced. And during my career, during my university, that was very important for me. So this helps you to find your purpose. When you understand what makes you happy, you do things with purpose. So that's the best way to enjoy your path. When you do something and you know why you are doing that, that's the best way to be productive. And do not misunderstand me. It doesn't mean that everybody has to justify you everything you do, but you need to find why is it important. Every time I work, and every time I get this fabulous email, we need to send this report in 2 days. I know that my younger self was like, oh, another report. And now I try to see why the report is important. What can I get from that report that is good for me in my daily job? And in that way, yes, sometimes you're not the happiest person doing that, but at least you don't suffer and you are very, very much productive. So this is Jenifer, this is me. I am a Colombian. I live in Puerto Rico. I got married and I came to this beautiful enchantment island to live, and I live in the paradise for sure. I like to read. I like sports. I was doing my MBA. So many things in life that I do. But then if you see these slides, it seems messy. It seems like a lot of things is happening. So what I try to do when I establish priorities is I do little groups of things. So my top priorities are in the top. In the right is my family. This is just a picture with my husband, but it represents a picture of what my family is. Everybody in my family, my parents, my brother, my siblings, everybody. That's my priority. I am in that point of my life that that right now, for example, with the pandemic, even if the international airports are open, I would love to go to Colombia and see my parents, but I will not do it because I do know that I may put them under risk. And that's a priority for me, for them to be healthy. So those are the kind of things you think about. Then comes my job. My job is my priority. And in the past, when I was doing my master's, then there would be my university. But now that I graduated, I want to say like a year ago, then I can accommodate something else, correct? I am one of those volunteers in IEEE that I actually dedicate a lot of time to IEEE. But I do have a system to make sure that I do not invest a lot of time that I'm not enjoying it, but I do invest sometimes that I'm productive and I see results. Then in the bottom are in the third queue, you will see I am a runner wannabe. I say I like to try to run, and I can do a 5K, sometimes a 10K. I have never been able to do a marathon. I like to knit, crochet, and to do amigurumis. That's something that keeps myself very calm, very easy. I love to read. Read is been some hobby that or I don't know how to call it, but I've been a reader since I can remember. And I like to travel. Those are pachitos in my bag to travel around the world. And in the last section, I may say, is I like to swim a lot. I've been a volleyball player since I can remember. My mom maybe gave me a volleyball instead of a doll when I was a kid. I don't know, but I love volleyball. Although it's not easy to practice it because it's a team sport, and when everybody is practicing, I'm working, so that's why it's in the last box. I used to play saxophone. I don't know if I play anymore, but I used to play until my neighbor said, "Hi, can you turn your volume a little bit down?" And I was like, "It's a saxophone. It's not like you can turn the volume down." And I start forgetting about it. I like playing ukulele, guitar. I'm not good at that, but I like to play it. So those are the ones that you enjoy, but maybe they don't have to be your priorities, correct? So in my professional experience, I started as a product specialist in Parker Hannifin in Colombia, in the Parker Hannifin representative. When I started with them, I was offered the great experience to be a trainee in Brazil for a year. So I speak Portuguese as well, thanks to that. And maybe I was not making a ton of money back then, but I got opportunities. I got opportunities to grow, to strengthen my English, to learn Portuguese. Being in Brazil was the time of my life. I mean, I was 21 and I was in another country alone. That was amazing, with another 4 folks that became a little family to me, and that's really important. Then I moved to Ingersoll Rand as an application engineer. I got the opportunity, and that was tremendous. Another company, another environment. I was doing a lot of engineering with them, and I was living a very good time of my life as well, because I was growing a lot as a professional as well. I was learning strategies, and then I was promoted to sales coordinator, and that's where when I saw that, yes, I love engineering, but I love business development as well. And hey, that first work, product specialist, that is sales. And the first time that I got that I was in the interview, I was like, no, I am an engineer. I do not sell because I am an engineer. I create. I do not sell. But those are the paradigms that you break, that you overcome, because there are many ways to apply the career in several fields. And again, as a sales coordinator, I fall in love with the business development area, and that's why my MBA. And then I moved to Puerto Rico, and I had the opportunity to keep working with Ingersoll Rand, or to go back to Parker Hannifin, and that's when you need to learn what matters to you. Ingersoll Rand is a tremendous company. I love it, and I'm glad that I leave my door open there, because I wouldn't mind at all to go back to Ingersoll at some point. It's a really good company. But then Parker, I have yellow blood. And why? Because I identify myself with their values. I identify myself with the company. And that's very important. So then I understand which is my purpose and why am I committed with my job. The first one is I feel challenged all the time. In Parker, I have to learn about many markets, many processes. I have to know about mining. I have to know about power gen, oil and gas, pharmaceutical processes, food and beverage processes. That's amazing. I have to read and learn constantly. And I don't get bored. That's important. The next thing is I have the opportunity to be developed as a professional, but also as a person. And I get a lot of respect, not only from my peers, from my management. I feel valued by my management and my peers. And I think this one is very important. I feel they care, but I also feel they recognize what I can do. They trust in me, and that's important. Again, I love the company culture. I love that they are focused on today's global challenge. They are focused on communities as well, and that's for me important. I love the stability. This is a 100-year-old company. I'm not thinking that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and maybe the company didn't survive the pandemic, and that's important. I love my team. I'm sorry, that's a teen or an R. I love my team, very capable people. I am surrounded by people that are smart, that I can learn from, and that's really good. And last but not least, as you can tell, I love it. I wake up and I'm like ready to work. And hey, it's not like every single day. Of course, I have my lazy days, because who doesn't? But in general, I love it, and I wake up with a lot of energy to work. Now in IEEE, that is my volunteering part, I started as the WIE chair in my student branch. Two wonderful ladies recruit me. One of them is, I'm still in contact with her. She's a role model. She lives in Dresden. I really care about her. And then I was, one of my mentors in IEEE, when I got my degree, I was also the student branch chair. So he told me, come on, and the micro volunteering thing that we discussed a lot. I started with the marketing and membership development, and with the time I start growing within IEEE. That when you are in your 20s, it's nice to be promoted. It's nice to grow in a corporation or an organizational unit, and I had that sense. Then I was chair of the IEEE Colombia Section, and chair and founder. The IEEE Colombia, the WIE Colombia Section was there for many years, but nobody actually did the paperwork and get the signature and give some formality. So that's what I did. And then I was the YP Colombia Section chair. Back then, it was gold. And we got the best. I mean, I got a global recognition with that, but the best recognition we had is we had a gold team right there. Back then, 5 people working with me, and we had the recognition of the best YP in Region 9. And when your team is recognized, that's better than anything else. Then I was in IAS, and then I moved to Puerto Rico, and I started all over again. And I started with students, and then WIE, and then YP. And as you can see, it was a Control C, copy paste of what I was doing in Colombia. And then in Puerto Rico, I got to be the chair of the section. And that was very good because it gave me the opportunity to have some visibility in the region. And with that, I became the Industry Engagement Committee chair last year. And I got to know the industry engagement people, the committee global, amazing team. And then one of my dreams came through. I came true. I was part of the WIE committee, global committee. I was a member at large. So I had my first meeting in last year in Portugal. I met so many wonderful women, and you feel so pumped, so full of purpose again. A lot of good ideas and everything. And then the region director-elect last year, he contacted me and he said that if I wanted to be the secretary of the region, I was so impressed and I was so surprised by that, and glad. And of course, I said yes. I never thought it was going to involve so much to do, but I'm very glad. I'm busy, but I'm very glad. And although I was the Caribbean section, the Puerto Rico and Caribbean section chair, I wanted to keep volunteering for my section. So right now I'm the technical activities coordinator, but because we do have to strengthen a little bit our job in that that side. And I'm very happy working with the section right now with a lot of my mentees, and it's so good to see them thriving, growing, doing better things that I have done in the past, and that's really good. And when, as it was announced, I am now the WIE committee chair appointed for 2021. That is like not even in the wildest dreams I thought it was going to happen, but it happened, and now I have a huge responsibility. So when you invest so much of your time in this volunteering area, you start focusing on why are you a volunteer. So back in 2012, I want to say, I was reevaluating if I should be a volunteer in IEEE or not, if I should take a break. A lot of things happening, and I was getting married, and I was like, maybe I should focus a little bit more in my professional career, not in IEEE. And I'm sure a lot of people that is listening have gone through that. So when I got married in my wedding night, I received this message in the Facebook chat or Facebook Messenger. And this is a lady that it is in Spanish. I was not going to translate it, but pretty much she's saying that she didn't know if I recognized or remember her, that she was a volunteer in the IEEE student branch of one university in Colombia. And she was just telling me about when she was in the school and she didn't know what to study or which field she wanted to jump in. And she went to the Universidad of San Buenaventura. That's where I studied my mechatronics engineering, my alma mater. And she said that she attended to this event when a very strong woman was talking about why it's important to have women in the engineering field, in the STEM fields, and why engineering was a cool thing to do in life. And then she was telling me that, and she was thanking me because I was that person. And she was telling me that she was inspired. That's why she was studying engineering. Right now, she's the CEO of her company. She's an entrepreneur, and she was thanking me. Now, of course, you can tell that I cried my eyes out when I saw this message. Why? Because I inspire somebody and I make the difference in somebody's life. When I was the WIE student branch WIE chair. So you may say in the in the pyramid, or in the I forgot the word in English, but in my career in IEEE, that's the lower level, you may say. And even then, I make a difference in somebody, and that's better payment than anything in life. I felt so rewarded, and I saw my purpose in IEEE. And you can make a difference. You just don't know you're making that difference. And maybe you're going to know in the future, maybe you don't, but you need to know that whenever you volunteer in any cause, this is happening. Somebody's listening to you, somebody's learning something from you, and you're making the difference in somebody else. So that for me, it's enough purpose. So again, finding balance is a constant process. I'm not saying that I have everything figured out, and no, that's a constant process. Mine is still ongoing, and the important thing is that I already started. Again, and things may happen in the future. I want to say 3 years ago, we got the Hurricane Maria impact in Puerto Rico. It was a category 4, and I was out of electricity for 54 days. So whatever I was trying to do during those 54 days, whatever I was trying to do in the first 2 weeks that I didn't have cell phone or a signal or anything, things change, and you need to adapt to that. But keep your focus. Keep in mind what is important for you, which are your priorities. And this is a powerful sentence. I love it. And is that the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. That's the key. It's not just to do a to-do list and first in, first serve. You need to understand which are your priorities. And that's what I wanted to share today. I don't know if I think there are questions in the chat. Let me stop the presentation. Ooh.
Hi, Jenifer. Can you hear me okay? Thank you.
I think.
Hi, Jenifer.
Hi.
Did you manage to find the questions? We have some questions down at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, I saw it.
Good. Thank you.
I am not sure what contentment is. I'm so sorry. English is my second language. This is the first time that it's ever happened to me. I will take a look at that one in a minute. So there was this question about if I ever consider quitting the volunteering and what kept me going. I think I talked about that one already. And is funding the purpose is what I shared with you before. This message and this eye-opening situation. What is the most important thing that volunteers should enjoy when they volunteer? The process. And I mean the process is because volunteering is not one day that you help with something and you go. Volunteering is something that is constant, that you want to do and learn from it, and for it to be a real process. How to do a project, how to manage people, how to talk to people in different time zones, in different with different cultures. For me, volunteering has been a growing aspect in understanding society a little bit more. I'm not saying that I understand society; that's a big lie. But I think a little bit more than many people, and that's because I meet people from all over the world with the volunteering. So that's important. What's the influence of age with priorities in our life? Maybe is a very huge part, because I don't know if you agree with me, but when I was 20, my priorities were absolutely different than right now. My priorities were where am I going to travel? I'm going to save money for this and for that, and my friends. And it's not that my friends are not priority right now, but it was sometimes you put your first even first than your family sometimes. So as you grow, as you mature a little bit more, although be mature is a little overrated. I like to be a little kid, and I keep my 10-year-old very alive inside. But as you grow, your priorities change a lot. So right now, with the pandemic, just going to the beach for me is important, and it fills me with energy and happiness. My priorities right now with the new positions as a volunteer and everything, I do need to be much more focused in IEEE, in what I'm doing and what I'm going to do, my objectives, just because things are changing. And I don't think I would be able to do that when I was 20, as I feel right now that I'm in my 30s. So yes, it makes a complete difference. I just want to take a look at this. Good thing of the virtual meetings is that you can actually look for a state of happiness and satisfaction. You can look for the meanings of the words you don't know. So I never thought about happiness as a state of like a state, but a process. And I know, again, that sounds cheesy, but if you don't enjoy the process, if you don't enjoy everything that is part of what makes you happy, maybe you will not feel like that. Right now, for example, the other day I was in an interview, and I got this question, and is, why aren't you a researcher? And I love researching. I actually was part of a research team in my university that was focused on nanotechnology, which is a topic I love. But I like to see results. I am quite impatient in that, and I like I don't want to say immediate results, but not the long-term ones. And I do not think I would have enjoyed a research path because of that. And again, that's knowing ourselves, is not diminishing any field. It's just I know what makes me happy, and I want to enjoy the process. So I hope this helped. Has your volunteering roles helped complement the required skills in your career? Oh my God. I don't have just one answer to this, in so many ways. And let me tell you that my first job in Parker was because of my volunteering job in my volunteering in the student branch. So we did this robotic week in the university with the IEEE Colombia Section and RAS, Robotic and Automation Society. And when they were looking for the profiles of the people, they were looking for people that just graduated, and they saw their competitor was their main competitor was sponsoring this in this week. And then they contacted me because of that, because they saw that I was already in contact with these kind of companies, and also because they saw that I was leading a team, even if it was students and a smaller team. But they saw that I was going one step further, and I was trying to give all my effort to a team. So that's why they hired me. And up to this point, during the pandemic, for example, my manager has been very eloquent and very open on how proud he is of the different initiatives that we have. And he has highlighted some initiatives that I have had, that I've learned in IEEE, that I learned during the VOLT training. I don't know if you know which is the VOLT training, the volunteering leadership training that IEEE has. And this is invaluable. I mean, this is not taught in a university. And yes, that's why I give my time to the volunteering, because this is a very good complement as well for my professional life. Okay, Gerard, I think we finished the questions.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for a brilliant talk and giving us your time, and donating your time to the young engineers of Region 8.
Yeah, of course, always.
Hopefully next time we can do it in person instead of over the virtual platform.
I know, but that's okay. It's good. We're reaching many people. So thank you all for being in this presentation, and thank you for the invitation again.
Thank you. Our next session will start in 15 minutes. So everyone has lots of time to go and grab a good cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and we'll see you back in 15 minutes. Thank you, everybody, and good evening.
Thank you. Bye.